Hi everyone, I have been sent this book by the publishers to show you and do a little sort of flip and sort of review. Now this is published by Skittle Dog. Now they also have published Layla Dooley's most recent couple of books, which they also sent me to review. So Beautiful Planet and oh, I can't remember the name of the other one. Was it Walk in Nature? Something like that. So I'm not sure whether the paper and things are going to be the same as that book, but I thought we would do a little flip. I'd do a little bit of colouring just to let you know what it's like. But it is square shape, as you can see. I haven't got another book in here to show you this. Actually, this is the Johanna Basford planner. That might be a spoiler that I'm just giving you. It is a spoiler. So you can see this is A5, half A4, so you can see the size of the book roughly. I think it's actually, I do have a million books in here. I'm being rather silly. There's Lost Ocean, so it's slightly smaller. It's actually, is it square? Because it's the same height, but yeah, it is almost the same size as a Johanna Basford book. I think it's pretty much the same. That one's, because it's got a dust jacket, it's a little bit bigger. Actually this one does too, but it's not worn. I just found a pencil lead on the desk. So as you can see, it's got a nice shiny gold front. The pictures are drawn by Melanie, it's got an accent on the E, I don't know how to say that. Boureau, I don't know if that's French, it looks it to me. And it's a 20s inspired colouring book. So we've got all these beautiful ladies in their sort of 1920s outfits. If we have a look at the back before we flip through, it says, take a trip back to a more elegant time and place. With Melanie Boureau's wonderfully evocative line drawings, you'll find yourself immersed in the glamour of the 1920s. Pick up your pens and pencils and discover the vintage style of the jazz age. Now, I think some of you will really like this sort of theme. There are a lot of people in this book, so some of you may be put off, but let's have a look and see. But their faces are quite small, so I think that helps. A whole page with a face is quite difficult in the Hannah Carlson type style, but when you've just got a person with it's a smaller detail, it can be a little easier, I think. Right, let's move across to have a look. So on the it isn't actually a dust wrapper, it's just got this flippy bit, I don't know, French flap I called it, and we've got a hat shop design here. I don't know if this is a design taken from inside. Now this is quite a shiny paper, the cover. You can see how it's reflecting from my lamp, so I'm not sure I would want to necessarily colour that in a pencil, and even a pen it might resist, but we'll see. Hopefully that picture's somewhere else so you don't have to colour that one. So here is our title. I mean, you could colour that in a little bit if you wanted. And here we've got a picture of a lady with her listening to her gramophone, her shoes. My mum said her gran used to wear shoes like that. They're cool, aren't they? Right. So here is how elegant she looks in a little sort of sailor outfit. So it says, Melanie Boureau is a self-taught freelance illustrator and former social worker who immerses herself in the worlds of art history, ornamentation, decoration and fashion. She specialises in retro-style drawing based on traditional methods using modern compositions and tableau. Melanie particularly loves drawing carefree women in the style and fashions of the 20s and 30s. She shares this work under the names of Madame Retrographe and Atelier Fleuret. So she's got a couple of different Instagram and Facebook accounts there under those two names. So here we have another elegant. Now the problem with this side is that you haven't got much to lean on because it's quite a thick book if you're trying to colour on that, so always put a book of the similar thickness underneath to help you have something to lean on. Welcome to the Jazz Age. After the sacrifice and austerity of the years during the Great War, 1914 to 1918, the 1920s became an era of celebration and carefree exuberance. In this book you'll discover the elegant silhouettes that made this period so graceful, along with audacious characters who embodied its light-hearted modernity. or a word I can't say. Let your creativity flow and plunge into this enchanting and euphoric atmosphere, bringing colour to this glamorous age. Now, I don't really know what sort of colours they wore in these times, so I would have to look that up a little bit, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they were very bright. So on this side we've got a whole page. It does go right into the spine, which can be a little bit irritating, but I'm sure you could possibly break the spine or just colour up to the, I wouldn't break the spine, just colour right up to as far as you can. Use a sharp pencil down here. So they're outside the theatre, all very much dressed up. We've got like a wrapped coat and beads and things. It's quite interesting that some of them are in sleeveless dresses and this person's wrapped up in a what looks like a fur coat or something. And then I think they must be inside because we've got what looks like carpet here. And then these are getting ready. So whether these are the actresses putting on their makeup or something, or just it might just be a random, there might be random pictures. We'll find out, won't we? And these long beads, my gran used to wear long beads like that when she used to go out dancing. I've never seen a picture of her that don't really have cameras. So now here we have ladies with a sort of wall. They're all posing in front of this wall or chattering or meeting up or whatever. Lovely hat box, dog. And there's all these houses behind as well to colour. So you haven't just got the people. You've got all the houses, different styles of shoes and clothes and things. Very interesting. And notice how they all have short hair, which I suspect was quite the new thing. And she's got a fan. She looks some more sort of oriental style of furnishings, which are very beautiful, very pretty. And then this lady on a swing in a tree. I wonder what that is. I'm thinking those are yellow, but I can't think of the name of the tree. Now we have gosh, that looks like a very smart house. Lots of fur and long coats and fans and things. There's some sort of party going on inside that house. And here we just have a selection of different fans. We have a lady in the middle, but that's rather interesting. Lots of colours. You could use lots of colours here. There are some quite small details here. Now here we don't have a picture, which is interesting. Well, we just have this little motto. And, oh, look, she's going to be flying. How interesting. Bit of a history there. Now, here we have a street scene. It's very autumnal. We've got all the leaves. This looks like the Eiffel Tower to me. And then here we have, it is in French. We have Josephine Baker, Burr. I wonder if these are people of the time. I don't know. Or whether it's just made up. I really don't know. So that would be quite interesting to look up. And then we have here, they're all waiting. It says Station de Voiture number 184. So I don't know if that is like the metro, the underground. It's probably too early. Whether it's a bus stop or train station, I really don't know. I'd have to look it up. There's a lot of background on this particular page. But you could leave it, or you could, you know, do a bit of soft pastels or whatever. So here we have a sort of nighttime scene. So I'm thinking we're at a party and it's warm-ish because these ladies have got their shawls on and they're just outside having a bit of fresh air and a chat. And you don't have to do a background on this one. And here we have all the different makeup, bottles, perfumes, very smart looking lipstick, all sorts of things. And then we have a little emblem on that page. It seemed that we had one like that on the back of another page that had lots of little bits and pieces. I don't know whether that's why. And then she's, I guess she's in her dressing room area, although this is an umbrella stand, which is interesting. We've got this screen. Maybe it's a shop. I think it's probably a shop. She's trying things on. Now this is, I'm assuming, a parlour, sitting room, front room. Not sure. Although we've got makeup and perfume, so maybe it's a bedroom. And this one, oh, she's getting into the bath. Very elegant. I will step into the bath half wrapped up in some sort of robe, don't you? And this is a double page, and it's very much a party. You can see it looks like there's quite a bit of fancy dress. I can't see what that one is, but you know, this looks like some sort of traditional costume. We've got a sort of clown type look. We've got quite an old sort of, I would say, Edwardian look. We've got card shapes. We've got sort of dancey type things, different outfits, and that's interesting. This lady's rather risque with her showing off her shoulder. Now we're getting into our pajamas. And that's a nice opportunity to colour like the bed and the wallpaper. And here is a different lady just lying out on her chaise longue. Oh, what a life. I should just faint back onto my chaise longue. Now we have all the shoes. Now I'm going to see if, can you pair them up, or are they all different? I think they're all different. So that's a bit of interesting, lots of different colours. And here we have our hat shop. So is this the picture from the front? Let me have a quick look. Not quite. No, it's not. So we've got our hat boxes and the hats on stands. And I suppose that actually here there's other clothing. So maybe it's a clothes shop, not just hats. Another screen. Lovely peacock on that one. And the lady's there. And here she is looking... oh, maybe she's unwrapping all her purchases, maybe? Oh, we have some, it looks like a vase with flowers, but I'm not sure. So she's being measured up for something, some new clothing, presumably. And she's got her hand in a pocket here. Has she got pins in there? Is she going to be altering something? I wonder. Is she interesting? She's got a hat on, but she's got a glove on. Oh, another little emblem here. Oh, she's trying on some new boots, perhaps. Whether she's, yeah, it looks like she might be in a shoe shop. And we have another little one here. Now, she's in front. I'm thinking dressing table with the big mirror, things like that. That big wallpaper, big patterns. Now we have a lovely balcony scene. She's got her parasol, I'm assuming, not an umbrella. There. Now here we have all the umbrellas, or all with the parasols, either way. I was thinking a parasol has a longer bit there, but I don't know if there's any rule. Probably not. Oh, we have a beach scene. So we've got the sea and the sky and things like that in that one. And here we have someone just reading, enjoying a book. All the bookshelves and things in the library. And we've got these lovely windows here, which could do in a sort of stained glass look. Be pretty, wouldn't it? Ah, here's our hat shop. That is the one from the front. So we're looking in the window, I think. No, we're inside the shop, that's right. This is the window, but we're inside. It's got the mirror there. And here we're outside a shop. It says women. And they were having a look through the windows at the different fashions. Oh, another little emblem on this one. We're having a chat. We must be at a station. Look, we've got a clock and the big trunk and all the luggage. And behind them, these windows again, you could do some sort of stained glassy thing. I'm assuming it's a window. Oh, and now we have all the ladies in all their different hat styles. Here they are walking. Now it looks like we're in the park. We've got a fountain, all sorts of flowers and trees. And they're holding, she's holding something there, she's holding something there. I'm wondering if they're going to play tennis or if that's a parasol. I'm not sure. Now she is trying on things again. I've got lots of trying on clothes and things. She's just gently reclining. She's got a little bag. Yes, I shall just recline across my sofa. She's kicked off her shoes. Now this looks like a double. It is a double page. So we've got these big furry fans. They're very cool, aren't they? Lots, look at all this beaded detail there. Wow, such interesting fashion. And then, oh, look at this. We have the fortune teller, crystal ball. She's sitting at the table there. We have the sort of magical symbols on the tablecloth, a cat. Well, that's interesting. And here, she's on the telephone, playing with a kitten. And we have another little symbol. Now, we're sort of, I think we're outside, yes. And we're sort of, because we've got a watering can, looking at the flowers and things. This paper, by the way, is quite thick. So I've just been observing. She's having a little sit. Hard to tell where. I think in a main room. She's on a little chair, but we've got, you know, things that look like they might be part of a fireplace or like a mantel shelf or something. She's writing a letter. There's a lot of detail there through the window. We can see the, is that the Arc de Triomphe? So she's in a flat or apartment or up on a high floor, if that's low down, looking down. What a place to sit and write a letter. Now here we are outside again. We've got daffodils, lovely big tree. They're all having a little picnic maybe. Now what's going on here? I think that must be biscuits or little cakes, madeleines or something. It's just having afternoon tea. You've got a teapot and things. And they're a lovely rug to colour. Palm and a sort of piece of lovely furniture there. And here we are again outside. Looks like this is water. Maybe sand, maybe on the coast somewhere. Having a drink. It's hot. We've got parasols. Now we're in a cafe. And they're having a cup of tea, pot of tea by the looks of it. It does say hot chocolate, milk chocolate, sorry, there. But I'm assuming this is tea. It does say tea there. I know a tiny bit of French. Not much. And so they're having, it's an interesting bag, isn't it? It's like a duffel bag. Now we have this very nice looking building. Look at the car. Oh, that's fab. Little bench. They're sitting down having a drink. They're standing up having something, food and drink. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Now, she's looking in her fish tank. There's koi, I think, in there. And now, outside, lounging. It looks like a lovely life, doesn't it? All the handbags. All the different ones, different shapes and sizes, different types of handles. Some more detailed, some not. And then we have Paris Cabaret. So we're at the Moulin Rouge, it looks like, with the windmill. And we've got their little risque outfits. Such fun. Oh, we have a little symbol on that page. So here we have 4 ladies. They're inside, got lamps. Not sure what this is behind them. Maybe she's got opera glasses. So they're either at the show or a different type of show. And here is the last page. And we have this picture on here. Again, it's a shrunken version, so it's probably harder to colour and on the shiny paper. Right, I think I should do a little bit of colouring just to feel what the paper is like. I actually brought through my Polychromos because I thought they would probably be the best pencil for me to test because I'm used to using them. So it would allow me to sort of know sort of what to do. This one here appealed to me because it's sort of slightly Halloween-y, but it's a lot of detail in there, isn't there? I'll just have a little look, see if there's another one. Something a little bit simpler maybe, but I don't have to do all of it anyway, not now. I think I will do that one. So I do happen to have, she lies, a piece of paper in here to fit behind the page. No, I don't. Where's that gone then? Okay. I might just do it without because I'm daring like that. So where should we do? What should we do? Which bit? Let's open our pencils. Ooh, as I say, I've got my Polychromos in here. I'll just move the swatch chart. Just because I know how they go down on different things. That makes sense. So just do a little bit, I think. Just looking for a bit to do. We'll do this lady. Here she is, right, our fortune teller. So in our Polychromos, I use this one first. This is the beige red. Need to sharpen it though. So just see how well it goes down. Now I don't tend to use Polychromos for skin tone very much, but we'll have a go. Is that I can't work out whether there's a pendant on that necklace or whether it's just a loop. I have a feeling it's just a loop. What do you think? Now I feel that these ladies would have very pale skin. They've got their parasols, hats and things when they're outside. I suspect that they wouldn't want to catch the sun, so I'm not going to do her too dark. No, I find it's going down quite well. Paper is quite, there's a little bit of tooth to it, which is nice. Now see under here we've got like this little very thin veil, so I'm going to just put a really light layer of pink there, of the beige red, sorry. It's got a ring on it. So it is it is I feel that it's good. Yeah, I don't feel like that. Some paper that I've been using actually quite recently has been quite too smooth, and I felt like my pencils are almost sliding over them. This is the coral I'm going to use just for a bit of shadow. In a few areas it's a little bit pink, but I think it'll be okay if I just use it in moderation. But we do want to have a bit of contrast, not everything the same. But we can pale it, make it a little bit paler in a minute. You'll see. It's a bit around the hole there. Basically just to add a little bit of shadowy look to some areas. Some people use a bit of a purple for this. Could use a violet, but I don't. Not at this stage. I might just do her lip like that. Then I'm going to go back to my beige red. I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. So where it's a little bit darker from the shadows, just bring it in like that, around the edges. There we go, and same on the fingers and hands. It's actually going down quite nicely, layering up quite well. Hopefully you can see that. And then, whoops. There she is. Now what I'm going to do, because I feel she'd be pale, I'm going to use my ivory to just blend it up a bit without it getting darker. I say blend, you can't really, it's layering like that. And it adds a slightly different tone, slightly warmer. You can see how you don't need lots and lots of layers when it's just a little bit. We have got her leg down at the bottom, which I need to do as well. Here. Would she be wearing coloured tights? I don't know. I'm going to say no and show you how to do it. So this is, we're back to our beige red. Just put an evenish layer here. I do think that this paper might be difficult to keep an even layer on a big background area with a hard pencil like this, but I think that's probably true of most paper. I'm going to use the salmon. So I don't think that's anything that I would, different to what I would expect really. Going back to the beige red. So yeah, I don't, you can obviously do big areas with ivory, with Polychromos, but it can be quite quite tricky. There we go. Now she's got this very long dress on, which starts at the top. I'm gonna put more of her in view so you can see. There we go. So we've got these flowers, and I'm thinking we could go quite bright and brash, and I'm going to grab this colour. This is the middle purple pink. I'm going to do them really bright. Now because they're printed on a fabric, I don't think we need to worry about shading them, making them, you know, normally for a flower I might try and make it look like it had a bit of shape by maybe making it a little bit darker nearer the centre, but I think because this is printed on a fabric we don't really need to do that. We can just colour it quite plainly. You can see I'm getting quite a nice vibrant amount of colour on here, and I'm not pressing really hard because I'm quite aware that I don't have a piece of paper behind, so I need to be careful. I really should have just gone to get one, but hey ho. My son's doing a test next door for his homework, so I don't think there's any more flowers here. I'm going to go down here to the ones down here. Now it looks like the background of the dress is meant to be dark. It's got this sort of little stripy ness drawn on it. I think that's a petal, that's it. So I'm not sure what colour to do. I think a dark, mysterious sort of look. There we go. There's one here. It's a big floaty dress, isn't it? Sort of, actually it's a sort of shawl which goes all the way down, because underneath we've got something else. Quite interesting. That the leaf? I've got a little bit here. I think that's it. We'll do the centres of the flowers in a really sort of deep yellow. I'm picking the dark, what is this, a dark? No, the Naples yellow, sorry. Got the name wrong, Naples yellow. Oh, snap. Yeah, nice and simple. But I think a yellow is nice and bright. Now for the leaves, I think I'm going to use the leaf green. I know it seems a bit obvious, but it's a nice bright colour. I notice she's got cards in her hand. I'm assuming those are tarot cards. So again, because this is printed, I'm just going to put it on. I mean, you could make more of these creases and change the colour for that. It's a little bit complicated for me, but I think what I might do is use some grey for that, for the shadows, rather than, I can't work out what, because it hasn't got the stripes in it. Maybe it has. I think I'll do that as the sort of background fabric. And here, what's going on there? Can't really tell. We'll just do it as background, it'll be fine. I like this sort of chair. It's like a wicker chair, isn't it? Woven effect on it. Because it's drawn in already, you just have to colour over it, really. It's quite nice. Now when I've completed this picture, I will show you. It might be, you might have to wait until my completed pages, or I might put it on my socials. Now there's a big white piece here. It depends how well it comes out. What's that? Is that a leaf? I think that might be. I just don't know what this big white bit is. Is that her underneath dress? Not sure. There we go. Now I'm going to do the ones at the bottom. That cat is having a good look at the floor. It's got to be black, don't you think? Black cat. And we've got, I'm looking at other details while I'm colouring this in the pictures. We've got what looks like a wooden floor. And the sort of slatted wall as well. I've got little curtains at the window. Should be nice. And all those objects on the shelf above the window. They're interesting, aren't they? If you want to get into the spirit of things, just play some jazz, 1920s jazz music while you're colouring in this page. Now, colour of the shawl. I'm thinking maybe it will be dark to make it a bit more mystical, magical, and we've got these sort of stripes which make it look a bit dark. And I'm thinking maybe a darkish blue. I don't think I want to go for an indigo, it's really very dark. But I'm thinking maybe this indanthrene blue is what I'm going to use. Now, I think I've missed off a few bits that are leaves actually here and here. So just going in between. Now these sort of lines here, I'm just going to go over them a little bit. Now, I don't know whether they're supposed to be like frills. I think they possibly are. So if I sort of do this, it looks a bit like there's frills on the shawl. quite fiddly, this little bit. Need a good sharp pencil. Now I'm sort of covering up that stripe a little bit, but I think it's okay. Got some frills coming down here. I'm just going to draw those in so I don't forget. There we go. It's 12 o'clock, I've just noticed. There's that coming down there. Then down at the bottom we're going to do the same thing. I think it sort of sets it off, having this sort of dark background. This book arrived today, which was nice. I knew it was coming because they did write to me and say, would you like? And I was like, oh, I think that looks lovely type thing, you know. I think I might have coloured over some leaves there, but never mind. Someone's gone down to the kitchen. Maybe they want some lunch. Okay, now I'm still wondering what to do about these bits. Because my blue is so dark, I think I'm just gonna colour it in blue and hope that's right. Like that. Now the dress underneath, I thought I might do, I was thinking a delicate pink. I don't really have a very delicate pink in the Polychromos, but we have this light magenta, and if I put it on lightly, I think it might just look quite delicate. I don't know whether delicate pinks is the right thing to do. There's a bit of shawl there that I've missed, isn't there? There we go. Now I think I need to make her arm with my beige red just look a little bit darker through, like that. I've missed a bit of her dress here. There we go. Now her, I think she would be wearing gold hoop, a gold hoop. I always think fortune teller wears a gold hoop earring. They're coming a bit closer for you. And so I'm using my green gold for this because I'm going to do it in a simple way. So just fade it towards the bottom. And I'm also going to do that for the bangles. I don't know whether they would be coloured or not. Now around her neck she's got this sort of rope type thing. I'm thinking maybe we'll go for a mauve. It would sort of match with the outfits, with the pinks and things. So here it is, mauve. And I'm going to sort of do this bit. I'm just going to make it look like it's fabric, so I'm not going to put any shimmer or shine in it. Like that. I mean, you could make that into a jewel if you wanted. I'd already decided not to. And I'm thinking this ring, you could make purple too, and these dots. I don't know whether they're a bit small, but like that. Now we've got a hair to do. I'm going to start with a light brown. This is the raw umber. Hair can be quite a fun thing to colour. You can take a really, excuse me, a really long time drawing in each of the strands, or you can make it more relaxed and just colour it as a sort of whole thing. There we go. So I'm going to grab the bistre and do some darker areas on it. So I'm going to put in these lines that are drawn in here in the bistre, a little bit of shadow under the scarf, and then I think it'd be shadowy in there where it's tucked in and here. And then I'm just going to put a bit of darker on the tips so that it can look like it's catching the light on the top of that tucked in bit. And same here, so I just put a bit more colour here. I think that bit might be catching the light more. We've got a lamp here as well, so like that. And then you can just burnish it a little bit if you want to. I think I'm going to use a little bit of a yellow, the light yellow ochre, just to lighten it a bit. I mean, you might think her hair should be dark. I'm thinking maybe she would have dark hair, but oh, it doesn't look very natural, does it? She's had a bit of a dye, dyed it. There she is. And we've just got a headscarf to do. I'm thinking maybe other shades of pink, blue or purple, just to match her whole look. Maybe we'll go bright. Maybe we'll get the fuchsia to do the spots. So fuchsia. I'll have to sharpen it. Now, I don't know whether most 1920s outfits would be this bright or whether they would be pastel-y or sort of gold and silver, maybe. I think maybe evening wear. I'd love to do some evening wear in sort of gold, looks like, you know, gold sequiny, shimmery type thing going on. I'm going to use a slightly lighter blue for the rest of the headscarf. I'm going to use this light phthalo blue, which I need to sharpen. Bit red, my pink. Doesn't really match the rest of the outfit, does it? But I think that's okay. I think it gives her more of a mystical look. Now we've just got her shoe to do. Now I think I'm going to do it in black. I don't know whether they had like brightly coloured shoes, but it just looks like a black shoe to me. So here's my black. Definitely with the heel. Just going to block it in, because I don't need it to look shiny, but I want this to look a bit shiny, so I'm going to put lighter layers on and leave it a bit lighter on the top of the loop. What's that called? I don't know. Strap. That's it. And then I'm just going to go lightly. You can see it looks very much like a grey. It's too wishy-washy at the minute, but I'm just putting down a nice light layer, and then I want it to be darker at the base where there'd be more shadow, and then a bit lighter coming up here. So it just looks like it's shiny and catching the light a little bit. I don't know if it's going to really work. I'm going to have to burnish it quite a bit down here to get it to look lighter up there. You could, of course, use a white pen to draw in some shine. I don't know if I'm going to use any pens on this page, so I'm not going to do that at the minute. And I've missed that bit of the dress, so we'll just go back and finish that before I finish. Now overall, I'd say I think the paper thickness is spot on, particularly for a double-sided book. That this is the indanthrene blue. I can get a nice lot of, you know, enough layers. It's got enough tooth to put some layers in. The pencils don't slide about on the paper. It's certainly not too slick. So there she is. There we go. As I say, I will finish this page and I will I'll share it. I don't know what's going on there under the arm. I'm going to use the indanthrene blue to draw in a bit of the dress that we can just see through like that. Okay, so there we are. So it's, yeah, I will put a link in the description. It'll be my affiliate link for where you can grab the book from. I'm sure it's on Amazon. I haven't looked yet, but I'm sure it is. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching and happy colouring.